The Ravager is quite the Minecraft mob. Such an impressive creature deserves an equally impressive LEGO version of itself, and that's where today's tutorial comes in. You see, LEGO gave us a hearty yet enjoyable take on the beast in the Illager raid set a few years back. However, its lack of posable legs and its inability to sit perfectly on a studded surface mean there's some room for improvement. So I've developed this version of the mob which you saw in the last episode of the LEGO Minecraft series. Let's take a closer look at how to build it. So these are all the pieces you're going to need to make your own custom Ravager. There's only two things I want to highlight here. One is this 1x3 printed brick that of course was used in LEGO's official Ravager design from the Illager raid set. It's pretty affordable on Bricklink, and I do think it adds a lot of value. You could probably recreate something pretty similar just by using a variety of plates, so you're more than welcome to do that too, but I would totally recommend this piece. And all I mean by this here is that you need 28 of this particular element that is a 1x1 round plate in flat silver. Oh, and I suppose it is a little hard to tell. These are 1x1 rounded modified tiles. They have the very short bar sticking out the top. That's what those are. Otherwise, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. So let's get building. We'll start this model off by building the head. So take the 3x3 here and we'll make the jaw out of that. 1x3 black tile on the front, two 1x1 black tiles there. And if you built the official model, you'll see a lot of similarities in this portion. Take this 1x2 modified plate with room for the Technic pin. That's gonna go right there. And through that, you'll place this Technic pin axle. Next, you'll take the inverted versions of the brick down here in reddish brown. They'll have two studs on the top and put one on either side. Don't worry, we'll connect them momentarily. Next, on one side, you're gonna put the corner 2x2 plate underneath that, and on the other, you'll just put a regular 1x2 in reddish brown. We're gonna connect the nose to this, which is just made up of a 1x1 brick in dark brown, and then a 1x2 dark brown tile. That will clip on right there. There, you can kind of see we got a mouth going. Two 1x1 brown plates right there. And then we'll finally connect this all together by making use of that specialized 1x3 printed brick. All right, it already looks pretty recognizable. You'll place a 2x3 plate there on the back, a 1x4 there so the head can come in and out, two 1x2 plates there, and then another 2x3 plate on top. So we'll flip it upside down just for a second here. You can place a 1x2 plate there, and then one of the modified 1x2 plates with rounded edges on the other side. And then on top, we'll place a 1x3 tile, which will allow it to slide in and out smoothly. Now, this is probably the most complicated part. This is where we're gonna take the rubber band and one of these modified 1x1 round tiles. So you wanna kind of wrap the rubber band around that bar piece, and then you'll place it right in there. So it won't be able to come out, right? We'll go ahead and finish off the rest of the head, making use of this rather fun snot brick. It is great for so many things. So that will go on one side. Then you can take this 1x2 tile, put it over here, and then the 1x3 on the other side. You'll take one of these mini 1x1 brackets, put it there, a 1x1 plate right there, 1x3 tile to smooth things out on the front, the other bracket to attach the horn right there, and a 1x1 plate on the back. Then you'll get a 1x3 brick and two 1x3 to finish things off right there. And all we need for the head, of course, are the horns. And I found that the best way to get the perfect length out of them is to attach it right there on the halfway point between the studs, and then you'll be able to angle those wherever you want. So we're just going to set this off to the side for now and start on the body. So next you'll grab three 1x6s and a 1x3 plate, and then we'll connect this all together with a series of three 2x3 plates and another 1x3 plate. Then I'm going to put down this 1x4 tile. That's where our head is going to slide back and forth on. Then take a 1x3 and then the other rounded 1x2 plate. So we'll use the same technique we did before. and secure it into place like that. Now to make sure it doesn't slide off, we can put these Technic 1x2s on each corner. All that will leave 2 nice gaps for our 1x3 bricks to slide into place there. Another 1x1 plate there in the back, 1x3 plate, and then the last 2 1x6s can go right there. Next we'll take another 1x3 plate right behind the head, 2x3 plate right there, another 2x3 plate there. Then for that remaining open space there, we're going to take the modified 1x2 plate, put that long axle in there. Then you'll take this Technic piece there, and then the other modified 1x2. And that's going to go down in between those, which will allow for this motion, right? But we don't want this to happen, right, where it gets stuck. So we need a stopper at some point around here. And so what I'm going to do for that is another one of these brackets and then a cheese slope. And that's going to go right on top in there. And that will, there we go. And the mouth opens up too, which is fantastic. And if you want, you'll be able to attach the pillager flag onto that. So then on either side of the cheese slope, you'll put an additional bracket, then 1x1 light bluish gray plates there to start building up the saddle. You can put the other 2x3 in front there. Then you're going to put a cheese slope behind this so that this can still go backwards, rather than if we had 2 plates there, it can work as well. 2 1x1 brown plates, 1x3 brown plate behind that. And then basically we can tile this whole thing off. And that's going to look like 2 1x3 brown tiles in the front, the jumpers in dark orange for the saddle, 2 1x2 brown tiles, and a 1x1 brown tile there. All we need to add to the body now is the chains. You can kind of do these any way you want, but I've basically connected them like there, and the bottom can just go underneath somewhere, so long as they get relatively straight. That's the goal. Something like that. All right, let's build the legs. The front and the back legs are different from each other, but they all start out the same, which is with a 2x2 reddish brown plate. On top of that, a light bluish gray. Then you'll take 4 of those silver pips on top of that, and another 2x2 in light bluish gray, 2x2 reddish brown, and then you'll top that off with a modified 2x2 reddish brown plate. And you can repeat that 3 more times for the other legs. Now we'll take 2 of those and do the front legs. You'll take an additional 2 flat silver pips, a light bluish gray 1x2 on top of that, reddish brown 1x2, then the Technic brick, and you can go ahead and put the Technic pin in there right away. On top of that, an additional 2 reddish brown plates, another 1x2 in light bluish gray, reddish brown 1x2, 2 more pips, and then you'll top it off with the 2x2 light bluish gray tile, and you'll do the same to another one of the feet. And those are our front legs completed. The back is just a little different, but simpler. You'll take a 1x2 regular brick. The Technic brick will go on top of that. You can pop the pin in right away. Another 1x2 plate, 1x2 brick on top of that. Flat silver pips, and a 2x2 tile. And then you'll do the same thing for the last foot. And there are our legs. So now we got all the pieces, and we can attach the legs. So the more detailed legs are going to go in front. And the reason that they're this shape is that allows them to wrap around the body and still move. A little bit, at least, which is more than the official version could do, of course. And then the less detailed ones can go in the back. And they have a little bit broader range of motion because they aren't going to run into the head. And that is our custom Ravager complete. And if you'd like, you can add some additional details of course, to make this a Ravager jockey, get our pillager on top, and then I've constructed a flag too, which makes the mechanism a little easier to activate. So that's a 3 long bar in dark brown lightsaber hilt, another 3 long bar in dark brown, one of these handle pieces in reddish brown, the pneumatic T-piece in light bluish gray, and then one of those printed banners, of course. And that can just slide into place here. So it's close enough to the pillager that it looks like it's connected to the pillager, and it makes it super easy to activate that mechanism, right? Which is quite a bit of fun. So that's the model. While this thing is nowhere near as sturdy as LEGO's official design, I think we've made a number of important improvements, especially when it comes to the aesthetics and the posable legs, of course. But that's all I've got for this time. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this model. Have a great life, y'all. I'll see you next time.